The search can be hard, but with these tips you will get more out of your experience. Any questions, drop them down in the comments down below and don't forget to hit that like button. The search is mostly hard at the beginning of a new area, but after you've overcome the first hurdle, you will feel way more confident and stronger, just like in any Souls game. In this action RPG, it's also about upgrading your armor and weapon, but the first time you enter an area, it's smarter to focus on the kills instead of getting an armor upgrade. So that means that hitting the enemy's weaknesses where they have no protection is smarter than going for the armor. Because if you first go for the easy kills, you will get stronger and can then easily get the armor if you go to the same room again later on. So that bar you see in the bottom left, it will fill once you kill an enemy, and the higher that level, the more damage you do, meaning that you will get better over time, even if you don't get a gear upgrade. So the thing you should do is kill enemies the easy way, level up, you will become stronger, and then focus on the body parts. I will go back to the upgrading later, but first some tips for the combat. Just like any Souls game, it's about timing and knowing when to strike. See the enemy doing multiple attacks, then you know you can engage because the enemy needs to recover. It's also good to make sure that you fight one enemy at a time. When two enemies have you in their sight, it's smarter to find a safe place where you can just focus on one enemy without having to worry about what the other is doing. A surprise attack can really cause you an easy death, so you of course don't want that. While there is a linear progression through the game, there are many things you can uncover in the different areas if you explore. So that's why it's really important to look everywhere before you move on. It might be that you find a very important implant that suddenly gives you a double amount of potions. This is of course handy in these types of games. Also keep an eye out for crates that you can destroy. There might be an item hidden behind that as well. So if you think you cleared the whole area, then it's time to upgrade your gear. The gear system in the search is really interesting and pretty cool, where you really have to focus on what you want by cutting off different parts of the enemy. Let's say you need a body armor. Well, then just focus on hitting the body of the enemies. Same goes for upgrading weapons. What's really handy against the first boss is the Frybro cutter because it's pretty fast, so upgrading that first would be a smart idea. Just focus on the weapons of the enemies, get the parts, upgrade the weapon to level 2, and it will really make you way stronger. Another tip would be plan ahead in terms of upgrading. Never leave the scraps in your inventory because if you die, it can cause you to lose them if you don't recover them in time. If you don't know which item you want to upgrade, you can always spend your points on the power core because you have to upgrade that anyway. The higher the power core, the better gear you can use and the more implants you can equip. Again, if you don't know which armor you want to upgrade or which weapon, just invest in the power core because it will always come in handy. That's it for some tips on the search. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on more content. Like the video if you did, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.